Hello everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you about something I call the GOTH bag. Now, those of us into bushcraft and backpacking or camping, or those into prepping, they all have their survival bags or camping bags or whatever, and whether it be the Molly 2, the rucksack, the ILBE. That's not what I'm talking about today. And I also want to talk about the importance of having this and what we just went through with a fire at my parents' condo. As I was saying, those into bushcrafting and camping and even, like I said, prepping, they all have their favorite bags that they want to use, and it's packed with all their favorite gear. And that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about something, like I said, that I call the GOTH bag. And what I mean by that is the get out of the house bag. My parents just had a fire at their condo. It was hit with lightning. Luckily, they didn't lose anything. Luckily, they got out all right. And nobody was hurt. A lady behind them lost everything. Luckily, they were prepared enough to have stuff ready to go. When they got the knock on the door to evacuate, they grabbed their important stuff and they left. It wasn't necessarily in a bag, but they had their stuff handy. So that kind of leads me to where I'm going today on the GOTH bag. I think everybody should have a bag next to their bed with a set of clothing, and I'm talking something for all seasons. And it doesn't have to be elaborate camping gear or anything like that. And you're not looking for survival gear or anything like that. As I said, it's a get out of the house bag. You get a knock on the door and you're told you have to evacuate. Mind you, you're only evacuating to the front yard or a block away. But you may be in your sleeping attire, whatever that may be, and it's snowing out or raining, and you don't have time to stop and go get in your drawers and get stuff you have to leave. If you have stuff in a bag, packed, ready to go, rain gear, a heavier coat, an old pair of shoes, like I said, it doesn't have to be elaborate. This is just to protect you during the immediate emergency. You're not trying to survive for 72 hours. You're not trying to bug out. Nothing like that. Some important things that you might also want to consider having in there is a set of keys. Luckily, my dad had his keys handy and they could move their truck back. If the fire would have spread into their condo, their truck would have been sitting there and no way to move it. Luckily, he had his keys handy and he was able to move it. Waking up in the middle of the night, if you're like me, you can't find your keys during the daytime, let alone being woke up in the middle of the night and being told to evacuate. If you had an extra set of keys stuffed in the bag, you grab your pack, you run out, you have your keys, you can move your vehicles, or if you just need them to get in out of the weather, or if you do actually need to evacuate to a little bit further away area, you have them handy. Some other things you might want to consider is copying all your important papers, birth certificates, marriage certificates, stuff like that. You may not want to have your originals put in the GOTH bag. It's up to you. You may want to have those somewhere else in a safe location or in a fireproof safe or something. But if you have copies of those important papers, at least you have the copies. Another thing you might want to consider is a thumb drive. Copy all the stuff onto a thumb drive, maybe two. Have them stuck in the pack. If something should happen and you lose everything, you have copies of the stuff. Some other things you might want to consider is if you're a parent, have a bag for your children and teach them to grab their pack. Their favorite toy, a blankie, something in the pack that during the emergency it will comfort them and also give them, clothing or whatever if you wake up in the middle of the night. Grandparents, this might be an idea too, to have a bag packed for your grandkids. You may not necessarily be able to pack one for each grandchild, maybe one for the older and one for the younger. If you have several, just a generic pack. I know this is kind of a quick video, but I'm hoping that this kind of gets you thinking of some of the stuff to put in your bag. Like I said, it doesn't have to be an expensive bag, an old book bag. You don't need any expensive gear. You're not trying to, as I said, bug out or anything like that. You don't need your best clothing, your best pair of shoes, anything like that. You're just looking for protection to get out of the house. Well, I hope this gives you something to think about. Of course, I know there's a lot of other items that could be added. You saw a few of my captions, things that I thought about after I made it, or didn't think about as I was talking, making the video, I should say. In light of what happened today, it made me really rethink this GOTH bag, this Get Out of the House bag. I originally was making this same video 2-3 days ago, and it was in the process of editing it. And then what happened at my parents' house today made me sit down and reshoot this video. And it also made me realize the importance of having the GOTH bag. And I hope that you take this to heart and think about it and incorporate this into your being prepared, or just safety procedures, or maintaining the stuff that you have in case of an emergency. If you have any thoughts or comments or questions, please leave them in the comments section down below. And as always, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. Talk to you later, YouTube. Bye.